Hey there guys, what's up? It's Autopop Mike 18 here, in a pretty skeevy, sketchy location right now. Anyway guys, I have another movie review for you guys today in this video. Another one of my old movie reviews that I'm going to be doing for you. As promised guys, I am trying to give you as many old movie reviews as I can this summer. And even though I am in a completely different location as opposed to where I do my normal movie reviews, I am still going to give you guys this review. So guys, with that said, the movie I'm going to be reviewing in this video today for my old movie review is Gladiator. Don't have it yet. Gladiator. That's right, guys. I just watched 2 days ago Ridley Scott's Gladiator, which was released in the year 2000. Ended up taking home 5 Oscars, including 1 for Best Picture and 1 for Best Actor. That's right, the last 2 films I reviewed were 2 Oscar winners, and I did not see Gladiator before I did this review. I didn't watch Gladiator for the first time until 2 days ago. So, in a way, I'm catching up on my Best Picture winners, in a sense. But yes, Gladiator, guys. Also won Best Russell Crowe, his first Best Actor award from the Oscars. And guys, real quick, before I get into Gladiator, just a little brief summation, reason as to why I am in this location right now. I'm in my car. I've shot videos in here before. I shot 2 movie reviews back to back actually in here back in April. I reviewed Ex Machina and what was the other one? Unfriended in my car. It was late at night. And yes, I was out all day. Luckily I had my camcorder on me, and it's kind of late. I'm just getting back home and I can't shoot in my normal location because it's late and I live with people and they're probably asleep right now. So I decided to shoot in my car. I said, the hell with it. I'm just going to shoot this video in my car. I apologize because it is poor quality. I am holding the camera. I'm not using sticks, but I apologize for that. Nevertheless, I needed to get this review film today. That's why I'm shooting it right now, as opposed to waiting, because I would have gladly waited, but I just couldn't wait. And it is pouring rain out, so I have no rush to go inside anyway, so it looks like I'm going to be spending some time reviewing Gladiator while I wait for the rain to pass. Anyway, so with that said, let's get into Gladiator. Okay, guys, so Gladiator is set in the early AD period. Specifically, I would say, I think it says when the film starts, AD 150, I think. And the story is about a very, very intelligent and very, very strong-willed Roman general, Roman Spaniard general, and his name is Maximus Decimus Meridius. Let me take a look at my notes. Maximus Decimus, yes, that's right. I don't know why I almost forgot that. Maximus Decimus Meridius, and he is played in this movie by Russell Crowe. And he leads a army to victory in an opening battle scene early on in the film. And in this movie, he is stripped of absolutely everything. He's stripped of his status. He loses people that are important in his life early on in the film, and just loses his whole rank and everything. Basically hits his lowest low, and I'm dropping the Blu-ray, and is sold into slavery and ends up becoming a gladiator. Once the current Roman emperor, Marcus Aurelius, dies. Okay, and a new emperor is instated, the son of Marcus Aurelius, and his name is Commodus, and in this movie, he's played by Joaquin Phoenix. So Russell Crowe loses everything, Maximus loses everything, has to start up from the bottom, and he wants to get revenge on a certain person for a certain incident that happens, because someone specific, I don't do spoilers, caused him to lose this certain status and lose everybody he held dear in his life. And he wants his revenge, and he wants to avenge the late Marcus Aurelius. And that, my friends, is all I'm going to say about Gladiator. Now, again, I think if you read a basic synopsis of this movie, they will probably spoil the whole movie in that or the first 30 minutes of the movie. And I feel if you know nothing about this movie, it's better to not know a thing going into this movie. So that's why I gave a very bland synopsis as I did, because I don't want you guys to know what happens within the first act of this film, because I didn't know it going into it, so you guys shouldn't, okay? If it doesn't say it on the back of the Blu-ray cover, then you don't have to know it, okay? With that said, I was a little skeptical going into Gladiator, to be completely honest with you. When I first popped it in the Blu-ray, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this movie. I bought it Black Friday, very cheap. That's why I have it. And I said, I got to watch it. People have recommended it to me, you, my subscribers. My brother, who's actually seen it, and he's younger than me, he's seen this movie, and he watched it in history class, and just completely raved about it. He loves this movie. So I'm like, I got to check this movie out. But two reasons why I was skeptical. One reason why I was skeptical. Not a fan of ancient history. That was by far my least favorite subject in global studies when I took that in my freshman year of high school. I hated it. I just couldn't wait for it to end. It was so boring. It didn't fascinate me in the slightest. With that said, I was kind of dreading going into this movie. I'm like, it's just going to be one of those historical films that just, depicts ancient history. It's not going to be exciting. And then my fears were confirmed, because the first scene in the movie is this battle scene, and I just didn't care for it, to be completely honest. I was like, oh no, don't tell me it's just going to be a conquest movie we've seen a billion times before with other movies, although this is just ancient history, So I was just, I don't know, I just couldn't get into the movie. Then we get through the first scene, we get into the plot, we meet more of the characters, we get to see what this movie is really about. It's not just battles, it actually involves gladiator battles, okay? Hence the title of the film, Gladiator. Now, why did I not realize that going into the film? Because I am stupid, okay? Okay. And I gotta say, guys, I really, really enjoyed this movie. Gladiator is a pretty damn brutal, entertaining movie. If that makes any... Yes, a movie can be brutal and entertaining. It definitely can. And Gladiator definitely is, in my opinion. I think it's a really fierce and just gutsy take on this period in ancient history, and that is what I really liked about this film. It made me appreciate this section of ancient history, even though I didn't enjoy learning about it when I was in school, you know what I mean? But it takes a classic tale of betrayal and trust, or lack of trust there, for that matter, and a tale of trying to achieve your honor back after you've hit your lowest low. And a tale of vengeance and, love. And that is what I just really enjoyed so much about Gladiator. And it made it really entertaining, definitely suspenseful, and pretty gritty, because the action scenes in this movie are pretty bloody, they're gory, and they're just what you'd expect from a historical film of this caliber. Ridley Scott, obviously, director of this film, they had a big budget for this movie, so they're going to go all out with the budget of this film. They're going to go all out with the action, the fight scenes, the battle scenes. They're going to go all out with the choreography, and they nailed all of that really well. And one of the best things going for this movie, by far, is this film's production values, because every single value of its production team worked so damn well. From the visual effects, to the costume design, to the weapons they used and created to, mimic the weapons, or, show us the weapons that were used during that time. From the set design, from the locations, from the, even directing the actors to speak in a way that, represented how these people actually spoke during this time. They really hit every single detail. This is, again, another historical film where you can tell that the filmmakers had to do their research watching this movie. Now, granted, not everything in this movie is 100% grounded in reality. Like the character of Maximus Decimus Meridius. He is not he's a fictional character that they created solely for this movie. But everything with Marcus Aurelius and the gladiator battles and recreating ancient Rome and the whole thing with the politics and everything, that's all pretty damn real. And that, my friends, is what works so well with Gladiator, okay? It not only worked as this action epic historical film, but the politics. This was a pretty interesting political thriller, because you have this whole plot point where somebody is at the head of the throne, and certain Senate members may not trust him. Our main character, Maximus, is against this person and wants to take revenge on this person for what this person has done to him specifically and personally. And that is what makes Gladiator stand out so well. It is a pretty intriguing political thriller for its time. You know, it really was. And that is what I really enjoyed about this movie. I would say the political thrilling aspect of this film kicked into gear right around the third act of this movie. I really like that. And they completely subverted my expectations because our main character, Maximus, is going to, without really spoiling anything, he wants to organize a coup. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. And we think he's going to actually be successful in organizing this coup. We think he's going to go out there and get an army and bring them back and just take out this current emperor. And they completely throw us for a 180 and something else happens I'm not going to get into. And I just love that with this movie. That is where the political thrilling aspect of this movie comes into play. And that is probably one of the strongest moments of Gladiator. I absolutely loved the third act of this movie, for sure. Now, the other things that I didn't already mention that worked really, really well for Gladiator, not only is the cast really, really solid, Russell Crowe is amazing. He won Best Actor for this. I definitely see why he won Best Actor. Of all the people nominated that year, the only person that I've seen, I've only seen this and Castaway from 2000. So it was either him or Tom Hanks, and Tom Hanks has already won. So Russell Crowe definitely deserved this Oscar for a reason, and he was very good in this movie. His final scene in this movie is just incredible, and I think it probably brought a couple people to tears if they were that connected with this film, and I was too. Joaquin Phoenix is amazing in this movie as well. What's his name? This is one of his last performances. He played Richard Harris, who played Dumbledore in the first two Harry Potter movies, is also very, very good for the time that he is on screen. And then Connie Nielsen, who plays the sister of Commodus and Marcus Aurelius' daughter, I can't remember her name at this point. Lucia, I think, was also very good in the film. So, very solid performances. And the fact that you had Ridley Scott behind the camera, who is just such a versatile director, and it's just shown that he can direct so many different things and still manage to wow us and surprise us with, you know, his source material and what he's actually working on. I mean, it's just amazing. The guy's responsible for, listen to this guy's filmography. He's responsible for Alien, Blade Runner. You got two sci-fi films there that I still have to see. Then he did a drama, Thelma and Louise. Then he did Gladiator. You know, I'm going out of order here, but he's done films in between these. He did Gladiator. He did Black Hawk Down a year later. He did Prometheus. He's doing the upcoming The Martian. This guy takes absolute risks with his movies and is absolutely dedicated with all of his projects that he has to take on, and I can tell, and they absolutely pay off in this movie. The score by Hans Zimmer is absolutely incredible. Hans Zimmer never disappoints, though, so that's expected, but it's beautiful. The final track in this movie that's played towards the end is just amazing. It's so freaking beautiful. I mentioned how much I love the production value for this movie. Costumes, visual effects, wardrobe, set design, production design, all that worked incredibly well. The fight choreography was incredible. The hand-to-hand combat, the sword fighting, all that is so great. The gladiator battles in the Colosseum, the gladiator battles before the Colosseum are just absolutely stunning to watch. They're so damn entertaining and really just visceral and brutal to watch. And that is how they were. You know, they absolutely depicted all of these aspects of this part in history incredibly well. And that's another reason why I love Gladiator. And above all, one of the best things about this movie is, without a doubt, the 100% satisfying ending. Quite possibly one of the most satisfying endings for a historical film like this, in my opinion. Absolutely goes to Gladiator, in my opinion. I love the ending of this movie. Without spoiling anything, I think many people wanted to see the film end a certain way, with a certain character coming out on top. But with the way this film decides to conclude itself, I don't think anyone should be upset with it. Still wanting to say, oh, I wanted to see this person make it out alive, or blah, 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 you know? That is what is so great about Gladiator. You want the ending that you want them to give us, and you get that ending. And that's why I love Gladiator. In the end, guys, I'm going to give this film an overall score of a 9.25 out of 10, or an A minus. I really enjoyed it. I have but 2 nitpicks I have with this film, and they're really plot holes. The script is really good. My only complaint with the plot goes as follows. There is something... Maximus hits his lowest low very early on in this movie, 30 minutes into this film. And I just wasn't... I felt he recovered from this point in the movie way too quickly. I just thought this should have been... Like, it was like a brutal moment for him, but I feel he recovered from it too much, and I felt we needed to see him suffering just a tad bit more. That's just how I felt. And the other thing... And this involves the whole gladiatorial games that Joaquin Phoenix's character, sets up and organizes. The whole series of games consists of, 165 days, 164 days. And when we start off the scene, the first day of the games, it's the first day. And then 2 scenes later, it's like the 64th day. So they, zoomed forward 60 days. And I'm like, 60 days just went by? Really? So it's just little nitpicks like that just brought the score down a bit. But not one moment did I feel this movie was boring like I thought it was going to be, because it's ancient history, and I'm not into that. But I really found myself to enjoy it. I found it exciting. I found it brutal to watch. It was so entertaining at the same time, and the ending was 100% satisfying. I loved it. So with that said, guys, those are my thoughts on Gladiator. What did you guys think of it down below in the comments? I am done with this old movie review for now. Again, guys, I'm sorry for the fact that I shot this review in my car. I'm not 100% happy about that. Yeah, that's unfortunate circumstances. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching my review, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.